boy. We
Oh
are
my
here
God.
with Rekha Shankar. I am so excited to have you here, Rekha. Thank you so much for you're greeting us early in the morning.
I I love to be early in the morning, so you're catching me at my best, my peak time.
I feel like it's 8 a.m. in LA. I feel like this is the earliest we've done this. Is it? I
Really?
mean,
Might be.
I think it
yeah.
might be the earliest podcast. Yeah.
Aside
Yeah,
from we did do a 24-hour live stream once where we did one at sunrise, but that's
that was
different.
fun.
That's
Yeah. Time stopped existing.
Yes. Now, so I simply must, it is early, and so I must point out, Babs, for you to do curl routine this early in the morning, I saw you barely touching those curls. I know the whole
yeah,
deal.
no, you can't. I
Can't touch
but
them.
you know that
Oh.
it takes 10,000 hours to dry. So I have a meeting at 11 and I was like, well, I've got to get started at 4
Start the
a.m. if I
process.
want them to be dry.
I literally was like, all right, if I'm gonna take a shower, now's the time. If I'm gonna like wash my hair today, which I decided not to, because this is go time. I don't have anything for a few hours that I need to show up to in person. So I hear you.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
no,
so
it's an
do you
all day
not
thing.
you can't blow dry curls, right?
You
You
can
can, but
diffuse.
it's very, it makes them very frizzy. So you have to be like, if I'm in a
Mm.
rush, I'll do it a tiny bit to get it
Yeah,
started, but it just doesn't look as good. Yeah.
it doesn't look as good. And my hair, I feel like if I like look at it wrong, I get split ends. So I try not to
Yeah.
touch it with any heat if possible at all.
Yeah.
Which is just so high maintenance because it takes like 4 hours to dry.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to plan your whole day around it. It's
yes.
wild. The last
I feel like
haircut
I'm
I
always
got,
planning my whole day around some kind of
that is true. Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm having to like, oh, can I work out because I'm getting a spray tan, but that can't coincide with when I want to do Pilates before I get
Uh-huh.
my eyelashes done. Like,
Uh-huh. And that's like your everyday, right?
oh yeah, I get spray tans every morning at 7 a.m.
Mhm. Bowl of
That's why you have
cereal, spray
that
tan.
nice toasted glow. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I would, if this was like 1983, I would definitely see Tess getting into the tanning booth with the little things over her eyes every.
Oh, honey, 1999, it was happening. I used to do those Playboy bunny stickers where you could see like how much tan you got.
Oh my God. You've given me a new memory. I forgot about people doing that. Wow. Yeah, a full like 12-year-old.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
only 12-year-olds doing it
Yeah.
also.
Oh yeah. You're a teenager with a Playboy bunny fake tattoo where your pasty skin used to be.
It's so good. I had a memory unlocked, and I'm sorry if this is creepy, but
Oh.
No, it's 8:06 a.m. Creep
okay,
up.
good. Let's go for it. I was in a hotel for a few days, so I was really like enjoying obviously the best thing about a hotel TV.
Yeah.
And I was watching Showtime late at night and it was a porn and I was like, "Whoa."
Whoa.
I was not expecting it to just happen.
Yeah.
And it was one of those old, I forgot that I used to like try to watch these or because like I didn't have access to seeing
Through the
anything.
squiggle.
Yeah, the squiggle, like
Yeah.
when you back in the day, like you try to watch it through the squiggle lines. And it was just, I forgot what they were, which is this that it's like huge fake tits. That's the only thing they can show. And so they
Mhm.
can't show any actual sex. So it's just like really simulated, awful. No one's enjoying themselves.
Oh
Like
no.
extremely fake. And I was like, oh wow, I completely forgot that these existed. And I was watching it and the scene ended and I'm like, okay, then it's gonna be another sex scene. No, it was a full movie. Like they had a plot, and I was like, oh, okay, they really were putting time in,
Wow. Now,
Yeah.
was this a current release or is this from
No, this was like
back in the
from
day?
this.
Okay.
It was like they've not made a new one in
Okay.
30 years,
That was
probably.
my
Wow.
question. I was like, are they still
Yeah.
seeking out the big fake boob girls or are
No,
they
it was like
it
it was
still
definitely
open?
of that era. It was fascinating. It was definitely unlocking something. I was like, wow, I forgot about this.
I hope they're still getting
Things.
residuals. Damn.
Yeah,
I
holy
know.
shit! I didn't think
Yeah.
about
Or
that.
I mean, I'm sure adult actors are not paid
No,
very well.
I doubt that I'm doubting that. Yeah, that they're getting compensated after the fact, which is
That
terrible.
is such an interesting question because if it's on, because I had no cable, so I had no MTV, nothing. But I do remember being at friends' houses and trying to watch through the squiggles.
Mhm.
And yeah, like what it was like, it's kind of like how romance novels are now, right? Where there's like 2 or 3 spicy scenes.
Yeah. It's like they kind of like have a bunch of just fill in dialogue between,
Did you watch enough
the
to get the
shit.
plot of the movie?
Yeah.
There were undercover cops at like a sex therapist retreat.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, that's as far
what
as-
crime did the sex therapist commit? Oh my
I
God.
couldn't tell. That was confusing. I'm not sure what that part was.
It's so funny to come up with such an elaborate plot. Like, that's not why someone's watching your movie. You don't need to
Right.
write Inception to create this movie.
Yeah,
No.
it was not necessary.
But what if
It's
those plot
truly,
lines are your
like-
passions? You never know. Like that
Exactly.
could be
That's true.
like
Let's
I
say you
just
break
wanna write-
through.
Yeah.
Who am I
It
to
does
judge?
feel like the lady who writes like the 5-page memoir before you get to her chili recipe. It's like, dude.
Right. Like it's always like, my husband hates chili. It always starts with that.
Yes,
It's like, I don't give a fuck about what your husband wants to eat. Just tell me how to make this.
I
Also,
know.
Ma'am, I hate to break it to you. Your husband doesn't hate chili. Your husband hates you. You need to get out of that
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you need to leave.
That would be great. My husband hates me. And
Yeah, there are some of those because I cook a lot, so I like wrote a comedy essay that was a fake one of these because it was so annoying to me. And I sometimes feel these are a cry for help if you read enough of them.
Yes.
You're just like, huh. Like, especially because I'm a vegetarian, so I end up reading a lot of vegan ones. I'm like,
Mhm.
I think you have disordered eating. Like, reading
Yes,
this enough, you're making black bean everything. Not totally necessary.
It is where the mid-20 like I had depression and let me tell you about my traumatic
Yes.
story.
Yes.
It's where they have gone to in
Yes.
their later years.
well, it was a powerful time. The food, like, and I obviously blogs are still around, and I think they're coming back, which I don't mind. Like, it's kind of
Yeah.
a good
I like
thing.
a blog. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it was. I was watching Julie and Julia the other day, and I
Oh,
was
it's
like,
such
"Oh,
a
this
good
was a
movie.
specific era." Yeah, that's great. I love the
Oh
movie
my
so much.
God. I
I-
really love that movie.
It's such a comforting movie because I just love any food movie.
Yes.
Like,
Mhm.
I remember my friend, I was telling him, like, my comfort watch was Chef. And he was like, that is a movie that has no conflict. Because it's just like, he's like, I want to start a food truck and my wife doesn't like me. And like, pretty soon she falls in love with him again and everything's cool with his son and the truck does well. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Chef
awesome.
Chef is food porn for sure.
Yes, it's food
And-
porn.
Oh,
It's-
1,000%.
And
Yeah.
Julie
I'm
enjoy it too.
vegetarian too, so I wonder
Yeah.
if you have this issue where like you can appreciate food porn, but
Yeah.
I realize that I'm not as like horny for cooking shows as other people because they're so meat based.
So Tess, I believe that is so resonant with me because I love baking shows
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
And I don't know chicken or the egg, whatever pun, but like whenever I watch Bake Off and they have to make something with gelatin, I'm like, hey, it looks like the most disgusting thing anyone's ever made. I don't know if it's because I'm a vegetarian. I already am like, ugh.
No, gelatin's disgusting. It's like, what
it's
are we
hideous
doing?
medium.
We can do away with gelatin, I think.
We
Yeah,
can do
we
away
don't
with
need all
and
that.
all the crap they used to make. They're like, we are going to make a freestanding jelly. It's 6 layers of different types of jelly. It could be bounced off the ceiling if necessary. And queens used to eat it before they were decapitated. It's like,
Yeah. No, this is food that was made by women whose husbands hate them.
yeah,
That's how you
exactly.
get a sick
Just like the chili girl.
Yeah, it's like those 70s recipes that like no one
Yes.
needs to eat that. We can do away with
Oh
that.
my God, all
Yes.
those 70s cooking books. Like, did you know you can take 7-Up and sour cream and make a delicious blob?
And there's
You could tell
always
everyone
shrimp.
was on drugs because they were like, that's just for decoration. We don't actually
Yeah.
eat it. Yogurt tower.
Yeah, yogurt down.
Just because we can doesn't mean we should. What's happening?
Exactly.
Rules to live by. The Jurassic Park rules apply to food as well. Like-
Yes, that's very true, actually.
I made Jello shots for the Super Bowl because We're Eagles fans.
I'm from Philadelphia.
Are you? Go
Yeah.
Birds.
Yeah.
Go Birds. Let's
Go
go.
Birds.
I love it. I mean, what a beautiful day. And I have to say, when the Eagles win, I married into being a Birds fan, but like, I'm just so proud of that city and that
Yeah.
fandom.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's so great.
It's the best. I lived in Philly for 4 years during college, and it's like
Cool.
my favorite.
Well, Tess was telling us about
city.
like she was watching the parade and what was going on. I was like, this
Oh,
sounds so epic.
we just had it on, and I was like, this is the funniest. I famously can't stand parades, but
Yeah.
I was like, this is the funniest parade I have ever seen. The newscasters got progressively shit canned while they were broadcasting. The female
Philly.
broadcaster, she kept trying to say this is like the Champs-Elysees, which it's not. It was Philadelphia. And there were a bunch of drunk middle-aged men like barfing in the streets, and she's like, this is like the Champs-Elysees.
You can't be trying to say French, ma'am. You can't be trying to do French when you're drinking. That's crazy.
No.
You're at a deficit. You have a Philadelphia accent and you're trying to speak French?
No, French and a Philly accent.
It's like a horse trying to speak French. It's crazy.
It's insane. And then
Put
one
some
guy
peanut butter
who
in her mouth.
played one game for the Eagles this whole season got off the bus, took off his shirt. He was walking around chugging a beer and eating a slice of pizza, just like talking to the people. The
That's
GM
beautiful.
of the team got hit in the head by a beer can, wiped his forehead off, gave his speech with a beer can shaped wound on his forehead.
Mhm.
And he's like, I literally bleed for this team.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It makes me miss it.
Yeah.
So good.
I gotta go back.
Did you go to school in Philly?
I went to high school, middle school in Philly, and then
Okay.
went to New York for college.
Oh, nice.
Brandy, where did you go?
Drexel. I'm a
Awesome.
I'm a
Very cool.
dragon.
Cute. Megan, yes.
Our mascot's name is Mario the Magnificent. It's an Italian dragon.
Yeah, we're not keeping with the D name, I guess. Huh?
Yeah.
No. Well, Mario was a donor, and that's why.
Nuh-uh.
That is so funny.
If I donated
Yes.
enough to Drexel, it could be Reka the dragon.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
absolutely.
You need to be like Reka the Raptor or something.
Yeah.
Generation.
No, you could. Drexel is very much for sale. Don't worry.
Oh, what are we doing? We need some lady to lady.
Mascot.
Yeah, we could
Yes.
be presidents of a college. Let's get into it. Fuck
Come
it.
on. That
Yeah.
is so. I never thought about that, being able to pay your way into something that's like such a public, just like your sports team, like all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh no.
Yeah, like
all
it's
for
not
sale,
just
baby.
for crypto.com or whatever.
Yeah.
No, which is
No.
like why you know all these billionaires are idiots, because
Yeah.
you're like, you could be doing such funny, stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my God, yeah.
the amount of dumb
I'd be doing
mascots
so
we
much
should have.
skywriting if I had money. There'd be so much
Yeah.
skywriting happening all the time.
For real. Why
I
the fuck
know.
not?
It'd be like
think
not
I would-
like a real like knock knock and then like 10 hours later who's there?
Oh my God.
Look, over the course of a day, several
Yeah.
shifts.
A real
like,
slow
really-
burn joke.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have to say, I feel like skywriters are like kind of cheating because they used to do it like you had to be good at cursive and like a guy
Oh.
would do now they have these little things that like fart out little like
Yeah, they fart
Or-
out the letters.
yeah
No,
and the letter
it's drones. I've looked into this. It's drones now. The actual people that actually do the cursive skywriting, it's number one, it's incredibly dangerous to learn. So most people won't even teach you how to do it.
Okay.
So it's the cursive is a dying art. 'Cause
That's
I've
like
gone
a funny
down this
parallel
hole.
of like schools, how they don't teach cursive anymore because
Yeah.
kids just type. But it's for
Yeah.
skywriters as well. Like 55-year-old skywriters, like, we don't know cursive anymore.
Just in 2009 they were like we're killing cursive
Well,
in
I
the sky in
remember-
the paper.
Yeah,
Also, like I remember when Kurt Braunohler did that joke where he hired a skywriter to write "How Do I Land,"
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
it took so long for the guy to write it that it like didn't all come out at the same time either.
Wow.
So you have to do a
Wow.
really short. If you're gonna do something, it had to be really short too.
Very
Help.
short.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Joe Rogan skywriting? What was it?
Yes.
It was like
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
Joe
Rogan
Rogan
is
is literally only 5'2".
we
Someone sky wrote that over
still
Los
don't know
Angeles.
who did
See,
that, right?
That's a
No.
funny use of
It was-
money.
Yes.
That's really
That's
funny.
genius.
I
Yeah,
mean, I think Babs, I was in the car with you when it happened, right?
yeah, I think so.
We were driving because I love skywriting. I'm always get so excited when I see it happening. And it was
Mhm.
so funny to see it in real time because it was like, Jay, oh, Like you're just like spelling it
Yeah.
out as it happens, and it just kept getting funnier because like the literally really added a certain.
Because literally takes literally
It's
so
so
long. It's the longest of the entire phrase.
It's
It's
just
perfect.
also it's just great when like everyone in LA can
Yeah.
have that
Yes.
collective experience together.
It's the
Yeah.
sort of like more humble version of Kendrick calling Drake a pedophile at like the Super
Yes.
Bowl,
Yes.
like and having a
Yeah.
whole arena of fans scream A minor.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah.
I've
All
been
of the
thinking so
city.
much about this. I was thinking about like Drake's friends right now because I feel like what do you say at some point? You know what I mean? Like I feel like they're treating him like, when someone's kind of complaining about somebody, but you know that they're kind of in the wrong. So
Yeah.
they're probably just like, yeah, man, that sucks.
It's so crazy that he publicized that you're a pedophile. It's so nuts. You
Yeah.
should
The
have
thing
kept
is
that
wild.
private. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh man, I'm really sorry he's actually saying that this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm
I
your
did
friend. I
have to
probably am
wonder-
too. So
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Trump left before that happened, but
Yeah.
I would have been a little bit more impressed if Kendrick had called him out because he also is a pedophile.
Yeah.
And I
You
Yeah,
could call
yeah.
everyone out.
You could call a lot of pedophiles out. And I wonder how he reacted to that.
Oh, right. Well, he doesn't think about himself
true.
I think
at
that's
all. And that
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
nothing applies to him.
I
Yeah.
But
read
yeah, that would have been amazing if he'd switched it up at the Super Bowl and said, like, hey, Trump, I hear you like I'm young.
Yeah. Oh, man,
Well,
I was
I read something that he like Trump and Samuel L. Jackson specifically have a personal beef because of golf. They used to golf together. So I like to think that the casting of Samuel L. Jackson for a number of reasons was magnificent, but I think that was
Genius.
like was a dig in itself too.
I
Because he used to
so.
beat his ass at golf, and like they hate each other because he called him out for being a cheater.
I had a
Wait,
beef with
Trump called Samuel L. Jackson out, or
No,
Samuel
no.
L. Jackson called Trump out?
Samuel L. Jackson called Trump out for being a cheater at golf. So
Incredible. Of course he cheated at golf.
That
yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson made me think incorrectly that I would look good in a Kangol hat.
Oh,
it is
I
his only
mean,
offense. Yes,
I think he's
Yes.
the only person who can wear that.
I worked at College Humor, and we literally wrote a sketch for absolutely no reason where I made my friend Mike Trapp wear a Kangol hat for the whole thing. Mike Trapp is like wears extremely inoffensive clothing, a black t-shirt, man through and through. And I was like, you're wearing a Kangol hat in this entire sketch for no reason. And they had to buy 3 sizes to fit him in it. It's so ugly. Yeah.
It truly looks good on no one.
No
except
one.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L.
And it looks
Jackson.
so good on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only person.
Yeah.
No, he got all of our swag in one
Yeah.
person, which I'm okay with, honestly.
Yeah.
He's the man. I fucking love Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, he's great.
Our Super Bowl fashion, though, we're all getting flared jeans now, right?
That was nuts. I can't do that,
I
Kendrick.
Insane.
refuse.
You're setting us back. I
Yeah, Tess
have
has
a-
the legs for it. Tess has the legs for it, so like you
Okay.
can do it. But
Yes, I have a huge ass and hips. Like I can't be doing irresponsible stuff like that. That was irresponsible of him. He can't be doing that.
All my TikTok is serving me is people syncing it to other. I don't know if anyone else is getting this, but like syncing it to other stuff. It's so amazing. Like the like Dick Van Dyke dancing on his show and just
Oh,
like
yeah.
all it goes to everything. It's so
That's
fucking
so
good.
funny.
Yeah,
yeah, it's so
It's-
good.
my favorite.
Yeah, I made a little sticker of Kendrick walking that I can use in text messages.
Oh,
and
that's
very
cute.
excited. Really getting into filling out my sticker
You're
library.
so high
Yes.
tech, Brandy. I would.
I
Yes.
know. Thank you. I feel really good
Wow.
about it.
Rekka, let's talk about your Kickstarter that you have. It just came out.
Yes, so it just came out. I'm doing a feature movie. Yes, it's called Vidya's Guide to the Afterlife. So it is really stupid. It's like a buddy comedy with a sci-fi hook, and it's about a Hindu rapture, which is not a thing in Hinduism, that takes away all the bad takes away all the good Hindus and leaves one stupid bad Hindu, which will be played by me, left to like figure out Hinduism on her own.
Amazing.
And she does it a lot through trying to do it right and read all the books, quote unquote, and ends up kind of finding her way through cooking the food she grew up with. And so it is sort of my love letter to like cooking Indian food and what that's done for me personally. And yeah, my relationship to a religion that I simply don't totally understand, as I was born in Connecticut and raised in Philadelphia.
That
I
is
like
so
it. Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, it's really crazy to do a feature because nobody wants you to do one. Nobody is
Yeah.
going to ask you to
Yeah.
do such a thing.
Yeah.
When, I go into meetings and they don't want to buy my shorter form, less expensive things. Now I have a movie, a Reika movie, and super nobody wants to buy that.
But everyone likes watching movies.
And there's the rub. We like
Yeah.
to watch the things, but nobody's buying the things for people to eventually watch. I would call
Right.
it short-sighted.
Right.
Yeah. So here's my question though, but what if in this
Yeah.
movie
Yeah.
you become Superman?
That would be
You might be
really
able to sell it then.
Oh,
turn into an
part of the
actual-
Superman universe.
Let's get some
I-
IP involved in this. I think that's the way.
God, Brandy, I wish I liked any IP that was popular.
Yeah.
All of the stuff I like. I was talking to my friend who's helping me produce my campaign, Laser Weber, great campaign producer if you ever need one. And I was like, why are none of my interests? Because he was like, what if you do like, I like D&D, but I only came into it recently. He's like, what if you do a video that's like D&D classes meets Indian food? I'm like, I would have to do a lot of research because I'm still new into D&D. Why can't Sex in the City get as many views? I love Sex in the
Yeah.
City, but the only people that would click on that video are not people that are on their phones all the time. They're people like me that are casually on their phones. It's not someone that's scrolling TikTok for 100 years or whatever. All my interests are for mid 30-year-old women. Or like, I know a lot about
Yeah.
Beanie Babies. Does anyone want to talk about that? No.
I
No.
want to talk about that. Wait, Rika, do you know about the Ty Warner estate in Santa Barbara?
No.
Ty,
Yes, go for it. I don't know what
the
this is
house
about.
that Beanie Babies built in Santa Barbara, Ty Warner still lives there. And I've been to the perimeter of it, and it is the most, you look at this palatial estate and you cannot believe that Beanie Babies built this house. It is more opulent, more beautiful than the Hearst Castle.
That's see, and
Wow.
that's incredible. That's the kind of IP. Like, let's do that. Can I write the Sims movie that Margot Robbie's gonna do? Can I do that? Well, I can't write a Superman. I wish I could write a superhero movie or do anything with IP. All my IP is gonna be stupid.
Right.
I don't like.
But I think we're entering hopefully the era of more stupid IP. I mean, I don't know.
God.
I
guess
mean,
they're searching for more.
totally.
Yeah.
And like people are into the nostalgia element. So you never know.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I'm fine without another Marvel fucking movie. I'm over it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I think most people are.
Yeah.
I think that's really and I think that's why they're scrambling so much to be like, oh shit, the whole thing.
A Pop-Tarts movie.
Well, and also like it again and again, independent movies with like interesting different plots, like people love that. You know, a lot of times they're breakout hits and they do well, and it's just like take a fucking chance. It's so frustrating that over and over no one will take a chance on anything.
You fucking cowards.
You're cowards. Low T cowards.
But then you end up it's you make your own stuff, which is like at the end of the day better. You don't want a bunch of assholes giving you in notes on your stuff.
Yeah,
but then you have to make it yourself.
Totally. You have to make it yourself. And it's like, there's something really fun about that. Cause I'm sure you guys have felt this too. Like I've always kind of done that. And it's great. And it's led to like really cool stuff. But I look at people who don't have to do it. I'm like, that looks way easier.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. It looks so much easier to have a show handed to you when you're 24. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
No, seems really nice to have like learned in that way and be nurtured.
Terrible.
Yeah, it must be, right? There must be something bad about it. You never had to learn the hustle and the grind. Yeah.
Our mental is
you get
stronger.
too much sleep, I bet.
Yeah. Maybe you're obsessed with the industry and I have normal friendships and you're unhappy. And I'm really happy.
Who needs powerful mentors?
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my God. When people have mentors, I'm like, stop.
No.
Wow.
It's a wild.
I do have a question though, because
Yes.
okay, tell me if I'm right on this. I find it to be a bit of a red flag and life coach adjacent when someone refers to someone as their mentor. If they're like, I'm getting dinner with my mentor, I'm a little concerned for you.
Well,
I need
yeah.
context. I need more context with and like how they are your mentor.
Also, I guess I
Yeah.
just don't. What is that relationship like? Do you reach out to somebody? You're like, will you be my mentor? Or
Right.
can you? I don't understand how that starts.
because there's very few people, like, I will say the times where it is red flaggiest and the times I notice it the most, it'll be like a 22-year-old, and I'll call her a girl. It'll be like someone fresh out of college, and
Mhm.
their mentor is like a 45-year-old white man
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
feels bad
Yeah, yeah.
and is
You're
doing
not.
a service, and she happens to be really pretty. I see a lot of that, and I go, that's interesting. And it'll
Yeah.
be like this 45-year-old man featuring this girl no one's heard of because she's very little. And that's my mentor. And I go, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I've seen a lot of that in LA.
Yeah, you
And
Yeah.
do.
I
Yeah.
don't see a lot of like, I'm a 60-year-old woman who's just entering the comedy industry. Can I have a mentor? I feel like people are like,
Ew, gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. How
Yeah,
dare
no.
you even think it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most like good mentor relationships, it's that one day you just go,
You've
You've been
helped me.
you've helped me.
Yes.
I guess you're kind of a mentor.
Yes,
Like
I
you-
feel that way a little.
Yeah.
Like, there's a woman named Priyanka Matu who's just like giving me a lot of advice and really helped me. And I was never like, you're my mentor, but she's just been very helpful. Or like
Yeah.
my writing teachers who let me like email them, like Ben Axelrod
Yeah.
will often just
Mhm.
let me email him a question. I'm like, you're kind of being a mentor. Scott Reynolds, you're kind of being a mentor. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Momentary.
after the fact.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
I
like,
think
then they wouldn't call themselves that. You know, it's just it's like
My-
weird to
wouldn't
call
say
it out.
I'm their mentee.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you're referring to yourself as I'm a hyphenate. I'm an actor and a mentor and a producer.
I'm gonna start calling
Um,
anyone who asks me advice my mentee, no matter what.
So sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
feels
fucking
very
weird.
like sitting on a top of a hill, being like, "Come to me,
Yeah.
let me bestow
Oh,
my
I'm getting
wisdom."
coffee with my mentee. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think you're having a minty bee. Is what
Yeah.
happening.
Funny.
This bee's a mentor.
Well, speaking of nostalgia, should we do MySpace?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a game for
Oh
you.
my God. Yes,
My
please.
quiz.
Yes. Like the old days of MySpace bulletins.
Yes.
Let's see.
Who do we have?
Now, can I play if I was more of a Zanga girl?
Oh, Zanga was like a
Absolutely.
journal, like a live journal type thing.
Yes, I had Zanga, I had LiveJournal, I had an Angel Fire,
Mm.
but Zanga was the one I primarily posted on.
What
Do
was
you
your
have-
Angel Fire like about?
What are any of these about? I had one that I think was just like for me to practice putting effects like rain and putting a song by Jimmy Eat World. I remember being so impressed. My friend chose Jimmy Eat World. I was like, wow, I'm going to also choose Jimmy Eat World as my song. And then my
To be
other
fair,
friend-
everybody did that year. There was one year
Exactly.
where
There's one
everyone
year
chose
we're
Jimmy Eat
all
World.
the middle.
The middle,
And then I
yeah.
had another one with two of my best friends that was to rate Disney Channel original movies.
I would read
Amazing.
that now. I
Yes.
would read that now.
We made a Tumblr out of it later to be a little more current.
I was never like a Disney Channel girly for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know how it missed me. But a lot of them were filmed in Salt Lake City where I grew up, so I felt like
I
I
Did
was
you
just
like
there.
see them in the wild?
Yeah, like a lot of friends would be, in the background and stuff. And then the High School Musical was filmed at my high school. So
Wow. Zetas Lapidus there, Babs. Hey, that is a deep
Yes.
cut. That's a deep cut.
Yes. That's cool major.
well, I met like it's funny because I was talking to a gal who's definitely quite younger than me, and
Mhm.
she was like talking about being a Disney Channel fan, and I said like, oh, I went to high school there, and she was like freaking out, and I'm like, I was like, it was after me, like I'm old, it was after I went to high school there.
And the movie is not real, and none of
Yeah.
the people in it are real.
They were like, is the locker there? And I'm like, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it is weird to see your, high school just be like
I can't even imagine. My high school was so, and is still so phenomenally hideous. Like, I went
Mm.
to such an ugly high school that we were nominated for some, like, it's called the Blue Ribbon Award. I don't know if it's a national thing or in California, but it means your school's like great. They imported in like potted plants and shit to make our school look less dog ass ugly. And then
That's
after
hilarious.
we won that award, they took them back out.
That
Nope,
is so.
not
They
for you.
staged. it.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
Also,
it's-
like, who's giving these awards? Like, why does what's happening here?
A
Yeah,
blue
who's
ribbon
reading-
school.
And like, who's like looking through the magazine and being like, "Oh, this school's ugly."
Yeah.
Oh my God. Our teachers were really had their panties in the water about this blue ribbon. And then I still, when you drive by, because if you take the 101 North, you see my high school. It's the one with the scorpion on the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my high school. But above it, real big, it says like 1999 Blue Winter Award. Blue whatever the fuck.
Still holding on to that.
Yeah.
Damn.
There
That's
was
like when you go to a restaurant and there it's like best restaurant of the year, like 2005, and you're like,
Yes.
what's this?
Do you know how like in those like whenever you go to a gym and they have all the banners of the championships, do you think you wait until you win a couple of championships before you
To
make the
start.
banners?
Yeah, I think you can't just have one up because you got to make sure there's more than one.
Yeah, because that would be worse, right?
That's a good point. I've never thought about that. That's a new thought.
Yeah.
You're jinxing
Enter
it. if
new
you
thought
just have
entering.
one. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Here's a question.
Okay.
Oh wait. Oh, I just had a good one. Where did it go? What is one thing on your bucket list that you want to accomplish this year?
I mean, I want to make a movie.
Yeah.
I was like,
Besides funding the
That's a good
Kickstarter,
one.
Yeah,
and making a
besides that,
movie,
okay. This is crazy. All my goals this year, normally all my goals are very like grind set orientated, like a freak. And this year I was like, be more of a human, make more human goals and less like write more, perform more. So
Right.
this year I told myself to stop comparing myself as much.
Nice.
That's a very kind of eternal bucket list item.
Yeah.
And to do more like fuck around performing. Like it doesn't don't try to just do shows because you're like, okay, I should do that. Just like do something. I did like a stupid two-prov set yesterday. It's great. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just have fun. So those are kind of bad bucket list answers, but
No, I think that's good.
No,
I think
no.
I think because you are obviously somebody who is like doing stuff all the time, and I think we
Yes.
all can identify with this.
Yes, yeah.
You have to actually give yourself chill out goals
Yes.
because you're an insane person. So
Yes.
it's like, oh, I actually have to like tell myself to cool off and be a
Yes.
human being
I
sometimes.
have to like write like play Stardew
Mhm.
Valley on my to-do list to be like, can you
Yes.
fucking relax, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a
I love
good
putting
answer.
personal things on the to-do list too, to be like, okay, cool, date night. Check.
Check.
Done.
Yeah.
We're
It was
on a
done.
date.
Yeah.
Freebie.
Yeah, big black check afterwards.
Yes.
Okay. You just bought a lifetime supply of whatever you just bought. What was it?
Oh, okay. I'm such a practical little bitch. So my unfun answer is going to be toilet paper. And
Mhm.
then my fun answer will be this is so sick. My fun answer was about to be tofu. That is so demented. No, I'll think of a more fun answer. That is so demented. My next fun answer was going to be like chocolate chips for baking. Oh my God, I'm always running out. I like literally can't not be practical. I can't think of something fun.
That's okay.
These all sound really fun.
Wow.
You've got
Yeah.
protein, you have sugar. Those are the two main food groups.
Yeah. And toilet paper. So you got
Yeah.
to mass. You're
Yeah, I
good to
got
go.
the before and the after. Oh God. I will never forget the first person that ever like approached me because they were like they liked my college humor work. I was at Trader Joe's and I was in line and they were behind me and they're like, "Hey, Reika, I'm like a fan of your college humor stuff." And I turned around and they were holding like 100 rolls of toilet paper and I was like, "Wow, I love that this is the person that's my
People who
fan."
poop really love
That's
me.
proud. That's a
Mm.
huge part of the population.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
who
yeah.
poop?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I love
To
an
be fair.
IBS prepper. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. A survivalist for IBS.
Yeah. Like I will be here, God damn it.
Oh, this is a good one. Okay, Rika, what is one thing that you look forward to each day?
Right now, okay, I always look forward to breakfast. I love breakfast. I
Mm.
freaking love eating an item in the morning and drinking coffee in the morning. So that's
Yes.
always a highlight. I look forward to my little word puzzles. I'm a little word puzzle freak. I love to do my wordles. I'm the type of lunatic that's like, I want to get it in one. Let me try
Yeah. Have you gotten a
Mm.
to
one?
answer. I have before, just
What
once
was your
though.
one?
I don't even remember because it was so chill for me.
Okay.
I actually don't remember. Um, damn, I wish I remembered. I've gotten it in two a couple times on like little weird ones.
Wow.
Um, I simply love to try to guess what I because that bot is so bitchy. That little Wordle bot is
I
so bitchy.
know. And when you
Whenever
get
I
six and they're like few, it's like, you know what? Fuck you.
shut up. And then it's like whenever the Wordle bot, because it's like, how did you do against the robot? I'm like, well, you're a robot. You should guess it in one every time, idiot. And it'll be, if I do well, it's like that was luck, and if it does well, it was skill. I'm like, you are catty ultimately.
Yeah.
Wow.
I also look forward to whatever little show I'm watching. Currently, my little show is rewatching Gilmore Girls,
Mm.
and I look forward to playing Stardew Valley and selling all my little vegetables. Those are my three things every day.
Oh, that's what that game is. It's one of those like chill, calm games.
Yes,
Okay.
I think it's better than Animal Crossing because it's less repetitive and there's more stuff to discover. Whereas
Mm.
Animal Crossing, I was getting like to the point where I'm like, this town is too reliant on me for their apples and their fish. Like they cannot do anything themselves. And it's making me very irritated.
Yeah, I've had a hard time finding a game like that I like it because I kind of feel like Sims I used to love, but then it just got too complicated. Like I was like, this is too much. I can't, so
It,
some of them are
yes.
over the top now.
I think with The Sims now as an adult, I have to set a weird, funny goal. Like I made one town where I was like, I want everyone to hook up with this one man, and then I want an eventual story where they all meet and they all fight with him. And so like
That's so
that was
great.
a fun goal. Like I know that I made another fun goal where I was like, I want to make a tragic man in this other town. So I'm going to make his dad die in a pool, and then I'm going to put his urn in front of a veterinary center dedicated to him. Then I'm gonna make him have a girlfriend, and he gets sad in front of her all the time. Like I make these like
Oh my
weird,
God.
horrible
You're
stories.
manipulating these characters.
Great. I love
That is
it.
very, very fun.
That's a
And
good way to do it. Emotional goals for
yes, yes,
Mhm.
Sims.
exactly.
Do you get to watch them have sex?
Yes. So it's called Woohoo now. It used to be
Okay.
called some, or maybe it was called, it's called something in the original, but now it's called Woohoo. And there are cheats where you can like move the bed while they're doing it.
Well, and like
Mm.
so they blur it. You don't see
Yeah.
anything, but
Okay.
you can
Interactive
enter it. You
showtime.
there are hacks where you can enter a code where they're naked.
And I gotta tell you, it's not so compelling.
No.
To see.
See, this is why like the Gen Z kids are like not as like computer literate, and I think it's because they didn't have to do things like this. They didn't figure out how to like hack their horny on the
Right.
internet.
Exactly. They
Yes.
don't know HTML like we
Yeah,
did for our GeoCities to make it look like there were little pigs on your whatever
exactly.
screen.
They didn't put Jimmy Eat World on their websites while
Yes.
Sims were fucking in front of them in another
Ex
window. Like,
exactly. They it's all handed to them.
yeah.
They weren't watching Squiggles porn or whatever.
No, no, no,
No.
no, no.
No,
They weren't
no,
waiting till they don't have to wait till anyone goes to bed to watch Squiggle porn. They can just go abscond themselves and Google whatever
no.
they want.
They were seeing way too much in too high def, way too early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anybody on MySpace that you'd go on a date with?
Ooh, you mean like someone I don't know or like yeah, like what do you mean?
Open to interpretation.
Oh, open to
Okay.
interpretation. Yeah.
I
What popped in
think
your head when I said that?
okay, so I think what pops into my head is the idea that like everyone is most attractive in your high school when you know the least amount about them, kind of, where you're like, wow, John wears sweatshirts. I love sweatshirts. And then if you like the day you actually learn anything about John is the day you stop having a crush on him. And I feel like
Mhm.
MySpace was perfect for that because you'd be like, whoa, John's top bands are Jimmy Eat World, um, freaking Shakira.
And John's sounding better and better, honestly.
Yeah, and the
he's got
Black
a
Eyed
eclectic
Peas.
taste. I mean, let's get
Wow.
this party started.
Exactly. I'm in love with John. So I do think, oh my God, I remember having a crush on Michael Cera, and it was enhanced by his MySpace because
I bet he
One
had
of
a
his-
great MySpace.
one of his interests was listed as respecting women. And I thought that was so funny and
Holy
cute and
shit.
hot.
Wait, no, I
At the
have a crush
time,
on Michael Cera.
I was like, that's because at the time I knew he was being like kind of facetious and
Yeah.
being
Mhm.
like, but there are like real people now that would put that on their profile and they wouldn't be joking. And I was like,
Right.
Yeah.
Sarah is being funny, and I
No,
love that.
that's so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And anyway, what happened to him?
He's doing all right.
I feel like
Is
he's
he in
living
movies
he has like
still?
a child. He has a
Okay.
I think he's
child,
doing fine.
and I
yeah.
think
Okay.
and this makes it more attractive. He's being
Yeah.
private. I love
Yeah.
that.
I do
Yeah.
too.
I
do.
I'm
running with the mystery.
remembering that like I had a crush on this guy who was in Wet Hot American Summer. He was like a small part in the movie, but I had a crush on him, and he had a band, I think like with Michael Showalter or something.
Yes.
And I followed them, and they had me in their top 8, and it was like the best. It was my.
Wow.
I'm obviously still thinking about it.
That's
Yeah.
really that's very meaningful.
It is. It meant a lot.
I was in Real
couldn't-
Big Fish's top 8.
Yes.
Just throwing it out there.
Oh,
Nobody famous is top 8.
Well, you don't know unless you see it, You
Okay.
I
could've been.
loved, there was a show called The Brendan Leonard Show on ABC Family, and I would go on their forums a lot, and they like shouted me out once on their show, and that was like,
Oh my god.
Wow.
like you couldn't just directly contact the showrunner of your favorite show all the time. You had to work for it. You had to enter contests and send in postcards and box tops and things. We were working hard in the mines to get people to notice us.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, for real.
The only thing I can even kind of relate to is one time my brother and I were watching Mr. Rogers, and at the end of the show, he said, "Goodbye, Teresa. Goodbye, Daniel." And my brother's name is Daniel. And we thought it was about us.
That's
amazing.
really cute.
That's so cute.
Yeah.
And that's pretty coincidental.
Exactly.
I'm going to say it was about you guys.
I
You got a
think
hot
so.
tip.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you. That's the
Yeah,
close-
you were in Mr. Rogers' top 8.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
It was like you guys, like Lamb Chop, Arthur. They were all his top 8.
The mailman. Yeah.
Yeah, the mailman.
Man, can you imagine having the pressure of a top 8 as an adult? It would be
Oh
difficult.
my god.
Like, what do you even do?
That would be, it's like choosing a bridesmaid or something.
Yes.
That's the ultimate top 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate. It'd be a lot of pressure.
Sucks to be number 9, right?
Oh my God, humiliating.
You
Ugh.
tell like 20 people they're number 9, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'd
That's
be
true.
fine for guys because I've decided that straight men all have 4 friends. So they'd be fine.
Max.
And they'll call them their best friend and they'll never talk to them.
Never.
I had a friend
Never
in high
been to
school.
dinner together.
Yes. I had a friend in college. His best friend didn't invite him to his wedding. And I was like, oh, doesn't that bum you out? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, whatever. That's, okay.
Yeah. No, you're right. I think most straight men would have 4 empty slots for like
Yeah.
Yeah,
bars or
top,
whatever.
top 4, and that's
Yeah.
it. The other ones would just be filled in by random hot girls they like saw.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, should we do a lady problem?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's get
Yes.
into it.
If you have one, please send them to us. We need them actually. So send us your lady problems, ladytoladycomedy@gmail.com, or you can give us a phone call at 323-6-BUT-30.
Hey, ladies. So I have a bit of a problem. It's a family problem, kind of. So I'm about 2.5 years sober now. Yippee! And my family are big drinkers, mostly my mom. So when I'm visiting home, we don't really have a lot to do together anymore. And let me tell you, my mom is not an activity gal. She doesn't want to go out and do anything active. She doesn't want to go see a movie. She doesn't like board games. She doesn't like card games all that much. We bond over like binging Netflix and watching movies and stuff, but like I don't know. I just wish there was something else we could try to do together, but she's so, like, if we're not going out drinking, then like, what are we doing? And I don't want to go out drinking. I'll hang out at the bar and drink a soda water or whatever. That's totally fine, but please help. What can I do to hang out with my mom more now that I'm not drinking? I know I shouldn't feel bad about it, and I don't, but I do, you know. But anyway, what are some activities you might suggest for a gal that doesn't like activities? I love board games. I guess we go out shopping, but I mean, money's tight. We can't do that every day, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, well, thanks. Bye.
Yeah, that's tough. It's like, I mean, I'm taking a break from drinking right now, and it does really like make you realize, highlight just like how much is around, you know, how much stuff is around drinking. And it's like, I love bars, but I kind of hate that it's like there's only so many destinations that are like, it's like you're going there to drink. It's really not, you're going there for the hang. And like she said, she can just go there, but it's kind of like, well, then she's going to get drunk and it's not that fun to be around. And, you know,
No, it
Well,
gets
also, like,
annoying. Yeah.
bars, I feel like I'm kind of thinking, my head spinning. I'm like, what is something where it's going to be more fun than a bar for someone who isn't drinking, but maybe something where for the mom who doesn't like to do activities, there is a cocktail available for her to
yes, that's a good call.
You know,
yeah, where it's not like a play, it's not about the drinking, but she still can get a
Yeah.
drink if she wants one.
Exactly.
So my dad, my parents don't have any hobbies or like activities at all. So this actually really resonates with me. And my dad especially, like, I grew up playing board games a lot with my grandparents. I loved hanging out with my friends. My dad could not care less. I'm from Philadelphia. He has no interest in the city. We never went to go look at anything. It was only through my friends that I looked at anything. And with him, I really have to trick him into doing stuff. So sometimes it's like, I already bought the tickets. You have to come.
Yeah.
And so I force him because otherwise he will do nothing. Or I'll be like, he would be content to just eat the free bread in a hotel for breakfast or whatever if we're on a trip for all the meals of the day. I'm like, no, I made a restaurant reservation at an interesting place. So you'll have to order something interesting. And if like he can get a drink there, or like I'll cook when I'm home for him because he doesn't want to go out or do anything. I'm like, here's something interesting I made. Go eat. You have to eat. Eat this.
Yeah.
Which is
a good idea.
Yeah, cooking could be fun.
Yeah, because that's like a whole process and something that you can do with people. And
yeah, I mean, I do think that forcing her to do it is kind of the idea. Like, you know, I think just being like, I made a plan, we're gonna go, and you just have to do it. Because a lot of people who aren't into activities, quote unquote, like, it's maybe that she just doesn't like dealing with planning anything, or, you know, it's not, she's not naturally inclined to do it, but that doesn't mean she's not gonna have fun when she's there, you know?
Yeah. I also think you're allowed to be like, hey, for our relationship, we will do this because I'm not going to just hang out at bars with you and you need to support me on that. I think you're allowed to be very direct about that.
Yeah.
You know, and if she has a problem with that, that's a whole other thing. But I think you like be extreme because she might not be connecting those dots either.
Yeah.
I think when like drinking is such like at the forefront of activities, it's just like, no, it's like, what would I do? It's like you kind of need to be like, I don't do that. So we need something else for our relationship.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can even, this is maybe very silly, but I've done this with my dad too. Like slightly gamify the things you're already doing. Like sometimes I'll like, if I go somewhere interesting, I'll like bring back, here's a few interesting chocolate bars I found in a grocery store. Let's try them and we're going to sample them and rank them. And I'm like so annoying. And my dad is the least likely type of person to do that. But because I've presented it in front of him, I'm like, here, Dad, which of these was your favorite? He's like, this one. And I go, why? He goes, it tasted good. I'm like, awesome. And like, it's just like kind of slightly more fun and interesting than just like, so if you're like watching those movies, you could like be like, let's rank the 2 movies we just watched or something. I don't know if that's like so unbelievable. Like I'm guessing telegraphing I'm annoying.
No, it's a good conversation starter, at least so that at least you're more actively watching the movie. Yeah. I think that's good.
No, I think
Yes.
that's really good. Yeah, it is just like trying to like find the openings to get opinions. Because I wonder if it's
Yes.
like, why doesn't she like doing these things? Is it
Right.
because she is an introvert? Is it because she like doesn't want to look silly or fail or like
Yeah.
like what is the thing that makes her not want to like do all this stuff,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
that might like help unlock more things that you could do together.
Yeah.
I also think like shopping, I think, is a fun thing to do with your parents. It like doesn't mean you need to buy anything. I mean, I think there's
Hmm.
a lot of mileage you can get out of window shopping, or like
Yes.
sometimes if I'm in a new city, I'll be like, I'm gonna probably walk around all these shops and like I'm gonna give myself like a $30 budget and I'll
Yeah.
maybe buy myself like one thing, but I can spend
Right.
like the whole morning walking around and looking at shit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hmm.
especially I think that can be like a way that you get out of the house and you're walking around and seeing stuff and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe you could be like, "Oh, like I need a specific thing. Like, mom, will you come help
Come
me
with me.
find this
yeah.
thing?"
Hmm.
Ooh, come help me.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
actually like when you're like
Yeah.
there's like those studies when you're like flirting with someone that like asking them for help with something like strengthens the bond. Like I feel like that works in all relationships. Like that
Hmm.
she might know you want her opinion might be like
Hmm.
helpful.
That's a really
Yeah.
good idea. Yeah.
Yes. Parents love giving their opinion.
And they simply do.
Yeah.
Swipe on Tinder together. I know that's
That's
kind of that's
funny.
obviously like, I don't know if you're single or not, but I do think it's like a funny thing to do with someone. So that could be fun to do with
Oh,
them.
I love looking at my friends' Tinders and helping them shop.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great activity.
That's so funny. Have your mom help you build your profile.
My mom has a boyfriend now, but when she was single, because after my stepdad died, I was like, Mom, you need an online dating profile. And she was like, No, I'm not doing it. And so I made her take her profile picture and she fucking put on sunglasses inside.
Your mom's a cool guy.
Incredible.
They got to know how cool she is.
That's so even if
Yeah.
that profile never goes live, that the act of trying to get your mom to make one is so funny and fun.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
You
great.
you and your mom and your dad can make profiles for each other.
That's really cute. Do you guys have like old photo albums? Like go like look through
Oh,
because that might
yeah.
unlock activities that you did. And then that
That's a
yeah.
might,
good idea.
yeah, because I wonder if there's like a point that she did want to do more. And then maybe like trying to
Yes.
remind her of a former self of that's like that. I think sometimes
Yes.
parents can get so like, well, this is just what my life they're okay with their life getting so small. And I think
Yes, yes.
sometimes it's
Mhm.
important to remind them how big their lives used to be, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Also,
Yeah.
Yes.
like the photo album thing, I think there's an opportunity. Photo album, they're gonna love that. And also you can ask for help because
Hmm.
maybe you need to digitize those photos. So maybe that could be something you guys do together is go through these albums. Then you're gonna be happy you have those photos digitized and you're looking at each one together as you do it.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
And
Yeah.
you give her a little, Mom, what was this picture? Like what's going on here? Even if you know,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Get her to talk about stuff to
yeah.
remember more. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And like, I imagine like, I don't know, like build up her esteem around some of that older stuff too.
Yes.
I imagine that probably has something to do with like not wanting to do anything. But yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like
Yeah.
this is probably unlikely if they don't like activities, but I think baseball games are really fun. And
Whoa.
there's
You can
something
drink
to
at them?
watch. You can certainly drink at them.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a little something for everyone.
A
You know,
trivia night, maybe
yes,
too.
trivia night.
Anything where, yeah, that like drinking adjacent, like it's part of the culture,
Exactly.
but it
Right,
doesn't
right,
have to be
right.
the main thing, but like a sports game too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could go to a bar that a trivia game is accidentally happening at. And if you guys are
Oops.
watching this much TV, maybe your mom is very good at pop culture trivia. Who knows?
Yeah.
Is there a trivia night for any of the things that you guys have watched together somewhere? Or like,
Oh,
What are
Last
you
time,
yeah.
laughing?
oh,
You're
I'm
all
just no, I'm remembering last time I was at Red Lion when Emily was visiting, and they had a trivia night we were not expecting, and so we were like, "Oh, we'll play." And one of the answers was Great Expectations, the book, and but I wrote Good Expectations.
That's so fun. Good, better, best expectation.
yeah.
Let's be
appropriate
honest.
expectations.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
especially Emily's such a literary nerd. It was like her worst nightmare that, that we got that one wrong.
Listen, it's
So
not
funny.
an amazing novel. Charles Dickens is a little too florid with his writing.
Yeah. That's you kind of taking him down a peg. Like,
Okay, good. You know what? It's just good expectations, actually.
Yeah.
A tale
Yeah,
of
yeah.
an okay tale of two cities. Like
It was the best of times. It was the mess
Yeah.
of times.
Oliver mediocre twist. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Man.
think these are all good ideas, and I think just encouraging and forcing sometimes is good.
Wait, can I forget if I've confessed this on here before, but
Ooh.
I played trivia one time. I was by myself. I cheated and I won.
I don't think you have.
Nope. I don't think you've said that into a microphone before.
Tell us what happened.
Where?
It was in New York City. I had a stand-up show. I got there like before the show and they were doing trivia and the prize was a free pitcher of beer and I was like, I want a free pitcher of beer. And I sat there by my fucking self and looked up all the answers on my smartphone and then I won a free pitcher of beer with
Well,
my drank.
Here's what I'll say to your credit, Tess. Firstly, that's so funny. But to your credit, trivia buffs are so militant. If you take out your phone to look at the time or to like put it back in your purse, they're like, yeah. So like if nobody was like on your case,
Nobody was on me.
You got
Yeah.
away with it then.
Yeah, I was like under the bar, just like
Also,
Wow.
just I love picturing you drinking a pitcher of beer alone after
I'm like, yeah, why did
So
you want a
funny.
whole pitcher?
that.
You gotta hang out with this girl's mom.
Yeah. Send him to Tess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
answer. Just send your wayward drinking parents to old Tess Barker. We can cheat on trivia together.
That's so funny. Holy shit.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Oh my
Also,
goodness.
congratulations on being 2.5 years sober.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Congrats.
awesome.
Congrats.
I just want to say that's very impressive and good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it, Reika. Thank you so much
Oh my
for
gosh.
hanging out with us. It was so much fun.
Thank you for having me. This was a blast.
What a great way to start our morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole day ahead of us now.
Truly.
Exactly.
Very exciting.
Let everyone know where they can find you online, where they can find your
Yes.
Kickstarter and all that. fun
Yes.
stuff.
So you can find me online. I'm on Instagram at Rekha, REKHA_S. And if you go to Kickstarter.com and just type in Rekha, I am the only Rekha on all of Kickstarter. There
Hell
are
yeah.
650,000 projects that have been up on that website. I am the only person named Rekha that comes up. That's incredible. 2 projects of mine will populate. One of them is old. You can't back that one. And one of them is new, and it's called Vidya's Guide to the Afterlife. And it's going to be a really funny, stupid sci-fi comedy about grief and grandparents and food.
Oh my
Fuck
god.
yes.
love it.
Go
excited.
support it.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
It's so important to support people making their own shit right now. So please
Oh,
go
yeah.
support it. And
Please.
yeah, we need funny, interesting new shit out in the world. So.
Yeah, no more Superman.
Oh.
Well, I mean, until you make this and then they tap you for the next Superman.
They'll probably be tapping me. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
yeah.
remember
Crap.
the tapping.
Crap.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
keep them around. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the tap comes eventually.
Then the stands are
Yeah,
going to
right
find
out.
this podcast and be like, she shit on Superman.
But that's just generating content, baby.
Oh,
Ooh,
And
hell
yeah.
yeah.
You're just
Ooh.
engagement for me, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
We are nothing if not an engagement farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so
That's
much.
our up.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much. What a blast.
Yay.
See you guys next
Everybody.
week.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.